One of the most popular characters to spawn from the Avatar: The Last Airbender series, out of many, is our favorite waterbender, Katara.
I caught one!
Katara has been a fan favorite since her first appearance in the show, and during its run, proved to not only be a powerful waterbender, but a moral and righteous person.
If you want to help.
Qualities which would have made for a perfect avatar. See where we're going with this? There's been a fan theory doing the rounds for many years, suggesting that Katara was actually supposed to be the Avatar.
I'm sorry, Aang!
But how does this work exactly? Let's discuss. Now, as you know, the Avatar in the show and the one Katara meets is Aang, who, despite being in a 12-year-old's body, is actually over 100 years old.
Will you go penguin sledding with me? Sure.
This is due to the fact that to avoid his Avatar training, he ran away from home and into a storm where he accidentally plunged into the water and unwittingly entered the Avatar state, freezing him and keeping him alive in ice for a century. Because the Avatar was still technically alive, the Avatar spirit never transferred to anyone else during this time, meaning the Fire Lords could basically do as they pleased. But what if this had never happened? What if Aang didn't run away and had instead continued his training, repelled the Fire Nation, and led a long life into old age? Characters in the Avatar world have been known to live for over 100 years. Take Bumi, for example.
Excellent.
So it stands to reason that perhaps Aang could have done the same. So, to match up the timeline, if Aang had lived out his normal life and died after Katara was born, the Avatar spirit could have passed to her. Fans of The Legend of Korra will know that the next nation in the Avatar cycle after Aang is the Water Nation. In the show, Korra is the next waterbender to become the Avatar, and the one who succeeds Aang. Meanwhile, Katara, who is still very much a member of Team Avatar, becomes a wise old advisor for Avatar Korra. But should it have been Katara, not Korra, that became the next Avatar? Well, I know how Legend of Korra detractors feel on the subject, but still, there are actually quite a few parallels between both Aang and Katara. Katara was the last waterbender from the Southern Water Tribe and is one of the most powerful benders around with an inherent skill, and can also use her powers to heal people. As a person, she is generous, compassionate, and always looking to help others, and she never abuses her power or gives in to temptation. There is no doubt that Katara would have made for a great Avatar, and the show would have looked very different if Aang hadn't been frozen, led a full life, and had the spirit pass to Katara.
I will never, ever turn my back on people who need me.
Now, this next point I'm about to make is a controversial one, but I do believe that there are also parallels between Katara and Korra.
We should be celebrating.
Not only are they both young women from the Water Nation whose names both begin with a K and end with an A, but they do have similar attributes and personality traits. Katara seems to have some intrinsic link to the Avatar. She was the one who found Aang in the ice and helped him on his journey to master the elements, and she is also a key ally to Korra. Whatever the link is, whether she was once destined to be the next Avatar or not, there is and always will be a bond between Katara and the Avatar. While we cannot be sure what Katara would have been like as the Avatar, we can imagine that if Aang had maintained peace and suppressed the Fire Nation, that Katara would provide a continuation of this hard work and also keep peace and order across the world. But just because we think Katara would make a great Avatar doesn't mean it would make sense, and Katara isn't the only person from the Water Nation who would have made for a good Avatar. Okay, so for this theory to make sense, a lot of things would have to conveniently work out. If Aang had died in a fight with the Fire Nation or hadn't lived to a ripe old age, then the Avatar spirit would have passed to someone else in the Water Nation, as Katara would yet to be born. If Aang hadn't been frozen and had been defeated by the Fire Nation and the Avatar spirit passed to someone before the likes of Katara, they could have been worse suited to stop the Fire Nation. If the Avatar spirit knew that the best chance to beat the Fire Nation was to wait 100 years with Aang, then maybe it was fate. Katara then wouldn't have been destined to be the Avatar, but to be the Avatar's closest ally. But who else could have become the Avatar? Well, one such person could have been Pakku. Now, at first, Pakku seemed a bit of a jerk, strict and without a sense of humor. He wasn't particularly likable, especially as he also enforced a ban on teaching girls how to waterbend. But, like the best characters in Avatar, he does redeem himself and shows himself to be a wise teacher as well as a powerful and highly skilled bender. He also has the right morality for the Avatar, being a big advocate for peace and prosperity, and also reverses his opinion on women waterbending. Also, as a member of the White Lotus, he is another one with an intrinsic link to the Avatar, and like Katara, was seemingly born to aid them, if not be a potential Avatar candidate. But who knows? To be honest, we could spend many an hour debating and theorizing what might have been if Aang hadn't accidentally frozen himself. Hey, perhaps with Avatar Studios launching tons of Avatar shows, we'll get a Marvel-style what-if show where we see what might have been. Maybe we could even have an episode featuring Avatar Katara. Although we're theorizing Katara or someone like her could be the Avatar, to be honest, the Avatar really could be and could have been anyone. Some established character perhaps, or maybe some random unknown person. Maybe it could even be you.